Hello everyone and welcome to Game 3 in the series between Sliveko and SIW here on Cloud Kingdom. So far, Sliveko has just been absolutely beating up on his teammate here, and we'll see if that repeats itself on Cloud Kingdom. Game 1, a Forge Fast expansion did not work. SIW coming in with a different strategy the second time around, coming in with a 5-gate essentially, and that 5-gate did not work out as well as he would like either. No probe ever made it up to the high ground, meaning that once that pylon on the low ground was taken out, no more reinforcements could be added. Alright, SIW, will he be going for a gateway play or will he be going for a Forge Fast expansion play? That is the question, as we now see a probe making its way across the map. Now, so far, Sliveko has really been favoring that spawning pool first, and we'll see if he does go that route once more. Spawning pool first, make sure that you do get your queen out slightly faster, and therefore you don't lose that much overall larva production, since the queen is faster to come out than, say, a hatchery. So far, the probe just dancing around here, takes a look around, hasn't spotted the spawning pool yet, and waiting to see if a drone, yes, a drone is going to be growing up to be a spawning pool. I believe the probe did spot this. There it is. And now we'll see what the follow-up play will be. Probe just going to head over down here and simply patrol at the natural expansion. Meanwhile, SIW, it looks like he will be going perhaps for a Nexus first, or perhaps a Forge first. I would really hope for a Nexus first on a map like this, just because the walking distances are rather large, and you know that your opponent has not gone for early gas. Without that early gas, those Zerglings are not going to be that big of an issue, as we now see a hatchery already coming into play as well. The hatchery coming in pretty much exactly, or just 6 seconds behind the Nexus. 6 to 8 seconds behind that Nexus. And now Sliveko going to be running on 2 bases, no gas, and just try and establish a very strong economy. There is a gateway and a forge. Sliveko does have an overlord in position to spot and scout out all of this here. And we'll see what will be happening next. Now, photon cannon being added on the front door, and Sliveko pretty much can try and relax and take this game easy. He has a 2-0 advantage in this series, and because of that, he knows that he does not need to force anything. If he forces an engagement and he doesn't have the necessary units, he will quickly fall apart. Meanwhile, Sliveko has already is establishing up his 3rd base, and that is important for the Protoss player to know, as he's going to be retreating with this particular probe. Alright, Zerglings still scouting around across the map. Are we going to see this probe? Yes, the probe will be able to return home. And so far, will the Protoss player be able to get up a strong enough economy? That is the question there, as the probe able to slip by and get inside the base and begin mining once more. Cybernetics core is being added. We'll see where this one overlord will be traveling to next, heading off straight to the north. We are getting up this 3rd base by Sliveko, and Sliveko yet to establish up any additional queens. He does have 2 queens right now. He's gonna be going into 3 queen. No, actually, no. He's gonna be going into 3 queen play, and not the typical 4 or 5 queen play that I've seen a lot of Korean players go as of late. The reason why you want that heavy queen play is that you're able to lay down a lot more creep tumors, and creep tumors are very effective for your early short range units such as your roaches or your Zerglings. The faster they're able to get to their target, the more damage that they are in fact able to deal. Stalker now on the move. Zealot gonna be engaging or retreating back home as well. We'll see what happens here, as the Zealot is looking for perhaps some Zerglings at each of these Zelnaga towers. Hasn't spotted anything just quite yet. Zealot and Stalker now coming in to engage. How much damage will be had? Zealot is in position, and here we go. We are going to try to engage here, and the Stalkers and the Zealots are trying to come in. It looks like some damage will be dealt. One drone now down. A second drone may get taken down. No, Zergling gonna get taken down here, trying to split apart the army, but unable to finish off the necessary units, and the Zerglings will be able to just pick apart this Stalker as they are so close within range already. All right, Stalker trying to retreat and return back home. Will it be able to? It looks like it just might be able to regenerate some shields. Up to 7 shields already, maybe 12 before it gets hit again. No, up to 17, 22 now. And that Stalker with the 2.95 same movement speed as a Zergling never lost any ground when being chased. All right, Observers and Stalkers looking to take down this Overlord. Overlord already down to 40 some odd hit points. Is it going to be enough? Oh, just outside of range there. And what is going to be happening here? The Overlord just needs one more shot to get taken down. I think it will be happening just right now. There it goes. Level 1 weapons upgrade coming in for Zealots and Stalkers. More sentries are warping in as well. What are these Zerglings going to be doing? As they're sitting at the bottom of the ramp. All right, Sliveko with about a 30 supply advantage overall. Sliveko also getting into his 4th hatchery, as we are going to see an Observer make its way around on the inside of the bases. Glio Reconstitution being added. And that is pretty much it at this stage, as Sliveko is just sitting on his economic advantage, staying up on bases, knowing that he doesn't need to engage, and hoping that he can just max out at 200. Now, SIW cannot allow Sliveko to just sit on 3 bases and outmine him. Otherwise, Sliveko will be able to get up to 200 supply faster, and SIW will not have the necessary units to really counter and fight this back. 1-0 upgrades on Immortals will be important, but with so many roaches in play and more roaches being added on, those roaches may be able to just 2-fire and take down all of these mortals in just a matter of seconds. Observer keeping track of all these units here on the high ground. We'll see what these roaches and Zerglings are going to be doing. Going to be coming around the corner, but it may get caught here in just a moment. Perhaps a force field to split apart the army would work out. And here you go. Some Zerglings have been taken out there, as the Zerglings are now once more retreating from that Observer. All right, Sliveko sitting at 170 versus the Protoss player sitting at 107. More units still being added in once more. Are we going to see, perhaps, yes, we are going to see a flank from behind. The Roaches and Zerglings quickly taking that down. And now going to try to engage here. There is a Warp Prism also reinforcing, as the Zerglings may be actually able to finish off and get a lot of key victories here. Drones now trying to come in. Force fields limiting the number of Roaches that can engage, but not getting that last point right there. I believe that that last point was taken out. This could have been a completely different game. Roaches now able to fire up against those Immortals. The Immortals now need to be careful, as theirs getting shot down. And both sides are still continuing to fight. Stalkers now backing off again. Sentries are in position to try to corral and take down some of those Roaches. Immortal jumping in and then going back out. But it looks like, yes, SIW will be forced to give the GG. And Sliveko takes 3 straight games over his teammate. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening.